It's finally happened. Hollywood has completely run out of ideas. For the longest time, it was just make sequels to every movie that came out. Then it was, hey, let's remake this movie. Then it was, hey, let's remake and reboot this movie. Then it was, hey, let's take every property from the 80s and make a movie out of it. Then toys. Let's make toys into a movie. Then board games like Battleship and Ouija. Let's make them into movies. And now, they're doing it to fucking cereal. So we get the movie called Life Itself. Life Itself is track number 9 on the 2008 Bruce Springsteen album called Working on a Dream. Life Itself is a 2014 documentary directed by Steve James about the life and career of Roger Ebert. I should probably mention right away that this is going to be more of a straight review. There's not really going to be a lot of jokes this time.
Good! They're not fucking funny anyway!
Hey, fuck you!
Yeah, fuck you!
Fuck off!
Fuck you,
fuck
pal!
Off. Fuck you, man! This is a very interesting and engrossing film. It's split up about 50-50 between backstory of where Roger Ebert came from, how he got started in journalism, how he got started in film criticism, and kind of his life, to the present day, at least present day when they were filming, of where he ended up and what exactly is going on with him in his life at that point. You get to learn all sorts of interesting things about Roger Ebert. The fact that he wrote Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, that he was friends with Werner Herzog and Martin Scorsese. And it goes on to show a lot of the filmmakers that he's influenced, encouraged, and given a lot of exposure to. The presentation is done really well in this movie. The way they split between the modern setting and interviews and old pictures, old articles, video clips, is done very well. And it creates a well put together narrative. One of the nice things about the presentation is when it switches between like stories and segments or pictures, it'll zoom out and it'll look like a table that has the different pictures and articles on it. And it just looks really nice. Another great thing about the presentation is Stephen Stanton. He narrates large portions of the movie and his impression of Roger Ebert is really uncanny. There are some things this movie could have improved on, specifically the later portion of his life. After Gene Siskel passes away, they really don't show much of Roger Ebert's life outside of the present day interviews. I believe they also missed a great opportunity, which would be interviewing Richard Roeper. He was Roger Ebert's co-host of At the Movies for several years after Gene Siskel passed away. I understand that both these decisions were made after Roger Ebert passed away during production, and it was done in part to kind of clean up the narrative. I do understand that, but I still think the director missed an opportunity there. This is not an easy film to watch. The modern-day portions of the Roger Ebert show him at the end of his life, struggling with cancer and rehabilitation. That's very hard to watch, especially if you've ever known anybody that's gone through something like that. Again, this movie is very interesting and engrossing. It gives you some insight into the man that you only ever really saw for about 30 minutes once per week when he wanted to talk about movies. I do believe there are some missed opportunities dealing with the later portions of his life and Richard Roeper, but this is still a very strong movie. This movie is rated A-. Stepping outside of the movie for a second, I do have some thoughts on Roger Ebert himself. Roger Ebert to me feels kind of like a teacher. Not in the way I review movies. I'm nowhere near as fucking eloquent as he was. What I mean is that I used to watch him when I was a kid, and he mostly bothered me. His opinions and mine often differed. But as I've grown older, I've learned to appreciate him. He may have had different tastes in movies than me, but he loved film and encouraged that in others. Roger Ebert was a lover of movies, and in honor of that, let me know what one of your favorite movies is. One of mine is Garden State. The movie has really great and subtle humor and really just kind of hit me at the right time, and has a great soundtrack. So again, let me know what one of your favorite movies is in the comments section. Make your mark below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.
Hey! Marky likes it!
Here's to you, Mr. Ebert. I'll see you at the movies.